Meghan introduced her friend Misan Harriman. I've literally never seen anyone have a guest introduce them for a TED Talk before, and I don't know if this is common public knowledge, but you have to donate quite a lot of money to give a TED Talk these days because the competition is fierce. So it makes me wonder if the money wasn't funneled through the foundation. The way she said our next speaker is so offensive, as if she's overseeing the whole thing when she couldn't even be bothered to be there in person. She's just showing up for Misan, as in pre-recording a video of herself, just to pump up his tires a bit and ensure he's still 100% Team Sussex. The Duchess of Beige understands the transactional value of keeping certain relationships socially well lubricated. She's love-bombing the shit out of him to keep him safely on her side. My guess is that Misan himself is taking advantage of their relationship, asking her to do this video for him because she's his celebrity endorsement, or a celebrity who's willing to do this for him because he has enough dirt on her and she's not busy with things like having a job, or being an active parent, or attending once-in-a-lifetime events like yawn coronation. If Misan one day decided he wasn't really a fan of Harry and Meghan, he could potentially have a lot of tea to spill regarding how he was definitely directed to alter the reality of many of his photos to appease the warped image they are desperately trying to project to the world. He probably won't spill the beans though, because anyone who enjoys capturing and photoshopping Meghan's milestones is likely a bird of the same feather. One commenter said, "Okay, so apart from the bad look she's sporting, everyone is talking about how no one gets introduced for a TED Talk. Apart from if you're a a friend of Meghan Markle. Imagine you get to the point in your career where you get the platform, content, and means to do a TED Talk, and the boost that would give to your career. Why would you give up that leverage for Meghan DOS to simply take the spotlight and attention from you by introing herself? Everyone knows her being attached in all anyone will talk about, and it's so condescending to have someone introduce you if you're capable and professional in your own right." Answer: you wouldn't do it. No one would. My personal theory, Meghan wanted to do the TED Talk herself, but the organizers saw that either her content was shitty, or she was too controversial, or she was just plain using them for PR so close to the coronation. Therefore, they offered to introduce a friend instead. She accepted it because it was all she could get, and she knew it would get people talking in any way. I would love to know what self-care nonsense her TED Talk was going to be about. No offense, but who even watches TED Talks anymore? They aren't what they used to be. It amazes me that after all this time, the Sussexes still have no content themselves to stand on, and can only intro others. Furthermore, I thought it was amazingly cringe and self-important to 1. Have someone introduce you to a TED Talk, 2. In that introduction to use a Royal Duchess of Sussex title, so without that title she's a failure, as no one cares about Meghan Markle. Only by using the Duchess of Sussex title is she even partially noteworthy. I guess since TED Talks is a US-Canadian effort, she felt like she could get away with the Duchess of Sussex title, but I think it's beyond cringeworthy and shows she's nothing without it. This is hilarious. She has fallen so low that she gives an intro for her photoshopping favorite photographer who's giving a TED Talk. She obviously had to show off her reworked face since she won't be attending the coronation. Lip fillers, Botox, cheek fillers or implants, new eye color, new haircut. She's certainly not embracing her narrative with the stick-straight hair. I'm surprised she wasn't at the TED Talk in person, so she could sashay across the stage with her Ozempic body. The TED Talk is such a badge of honor to these people. My SIL is a mini Meghan. By that I mean in a Canadian city, which is not a very important city, so status here means nothing to anyone but her. And our local BIA was hosting a TEDx event, and my SIL asked to be put on a talk. At the time, she was all into women's empowerment issue, but like 5 years behind the times for the specific topics, like she is with every issue she gloms onto. Anyway, the organizers were all excited because they all believed her shtick about being a serial entrepreneur and super successful lies, and all of the organizers were sitting near the back of the event in their seats, and the longer my SIL talked, the lower they all shrunk in their seats, lol. It was hilarious. They were all like, what the hell is this shit about her talk? It was a word salad as good as Megan herself could write. For those that don't know, TED Talks are a bigger, more prestigious deal. They're official. TEDx Talks are local talks that pretty much anyone can do, with no official stamp of approval needed. One commenter said, I had to Google and it's Misan Harriman's TED Talk. That's her photographer friend, who was one of the only guests at Lilibet's alleged Frogmore Cottage birthday party, who is also friends with Ngozi Fulani. This is more circle jerking, and I would include the planted Telegraph story about the correspondence with King Charles III this week. Meghan comes off as severely thirsty and desperate. Only a blind man would fail to see any of this as anything other than Sussex PR stunt. It must be exhausting to constantly create chess games to play that are all in your own mind. An American demonstrates. No one in the US, unless they are an Anglophile, knows what or where Sussex is. Some US people know a duchess is some elevated rank, or possibly royalty, associated with the British gentry, but a lot of people would have no idea what that is, how it fits in terms of rank, etc. We don't use titles to indicate social rank. There are a few professional titles based on one's profession. A judge is your honor in the courtroom. Outside of the courtroom, they may be called the Honorable Judge so-and-so, if introduced or written to, but are most likely to just be called by their name in everyday conversation. The same for senators and congresspeople, as they may be addressed as the Honorable when being introduced or written to formally, and called Senator Pelosi or Senator McConnell or Congressman, Congresswoman, whomever, in formal circumstances when being introduced. When written, they will get the Honorable Senator, Congressperson in front of their names. Doctors are medical doctors, although as a sign of respect, those who have PhDs and are experts in their field may be called doctors. Those with an ED degree, Doctorate of Education, have the right to ask students if they teach at the university level to call them Dr. So-and-so, but it's a bit pretentious. There are other instances of honorifics based on the profession, but never based on social rank. What do you think of Meghan Markle's appearance in Misan Harriman's TED Talk? Let us know your thoughts below in the comment section. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this newsletter. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.